Hey guys, sold this box here. It's a DeWalt box for a circular saw, or not, whatchamacallit, circular saw, sawzall, reciprocating saw. And so it's just a box. These things will sell. Try it out, because I had a lot of interest in this thing. It's just that no one really wanted to pay the price I was asking. I can't get it open. No one wanted to pay the price I was asking for it, because I was asking for 35 bucks, and of course the shipping for something this big would be expensive. There it is there. So $35, and shipping is $25. It's actually going to Alberta. So yeah, I put this in the sink and I just washed it all out with water and scrubbed it all out. So it's just a box. I never really thought of these would be good sellers. So look out for DeWalt and other good brands like that for resale. Yeah, I've sold a couple other boxes like this, the same brand, DeWalt, and yeah, really nice. I mean, these, I guess they the hinges here can break and stuff, so just look out for that. Guys, I just wanted to talk about customers a little bit. Dealing with customers on eBay, it's something that you're going to come across if you're going to be selling. Okay, so if you're going to be selling lots and lots of stuff, you're going to have to deal with customer issues and returns and stuff like that. And don't be scared of it, but it is something you're going to have to deal with. And just take it professionally, as professional as you can. But sometimes you feel that you're getting the short end of the stick. When that happens, I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't get any easier as you go along. One thing that I always do when I'm about to talk to somebody, or like go back and forth with somebody on eBay, or I am going to accept an offer or something like that, I often will go into their feedback and their feedback profile, and I'll show you mine here. So I'll show you what I do here. When you go on, you can click right here and you can say feedback left for others, and then right there you can go through and see if there's any negative feedback. That's the main thing I look for. Any negative or neutral feedback is what I look for. If I see someone, if I'm about to do business with someone and I see that they've left a lot of negative feedback in the past for other buyers, or other sellers rather, I avoid that person. And oftentimes if I see that there's 2 or 3 negatives left, I'll just block that person entirely. I don't want to have to deal with it. Right now I'm dealing with a couple returns that are one sounds legitimate and the other one is not. So I'll just read you, for example, what the person wrote to me. So this one says, "Hi, I recently purchased the attached product from you for a residential property we are remodeling to flip. The furnace contractor was installing the replacement furnace today and advised me that the valve I purchased from you is not operating properly. It enables the furnace to fire up, however, continues to shut down when going into full operation. I've been assured the gas valve is the problem by the contractor. I'm wondering what your warranty is for the product. Thank you in advance, Perry." So right there, it sounds like a pretty good message. Like he's, I don't really smell anything bad going on there. So all I responded to him was, open up. I just said, "Oh, sorry to hear about this. Can you please open up an eBay return, and I'll have you send the item back to me." By saying that, I just feel that he has to have that extra step that he has to take, and he's thinking, well, okay, that means I actually have to return it. He's asking me to return it, so because it kind of sounds like maybe he just wants to be paid back without having to return it. So I thought, well, Yeah, so if he goes that extra step and he does open up a return case, I'll probably just end up refunding him the whole amount, and I'll eat the cost. You know, it was a $90 valve that I sent him, $90 plus the shipping, and it was just like 20 or 25 bucks to ship it out. So it sucks. But I didn't have to buy the valve. The valve I got for free. So yeah. So that's what happened with that one. Now here I'll give you an example of another one that I'm dealing with right now, and it's a bit different. So he says, "Hi, I bought this item off of you on eBay, and it is used." Okay, his grammar's not too good. Okay, "I bought this item off you on eBay, and it is a used item. I just took it out of the box. It wasn't mentioned that it was used. If I would have known, I wouldn't have bought it or paid of it. I would like I would like to send it back at no expense of mine and get my money back. You can call me at this number." That's it. So, in all of my listings, I say that everything is used. You know, so right away, you know, as soon as you read this, you're just like, oh, here we go again. So just take a minute, don't respond right away, think about your answer. And so, you know, right away, you may just want to say, hello, you know, my listing, you know, it says that the item's used. This is buyer's remorse, or it's not my problem that you weren't able to read that on the listing that was used, blah, blah, blah. Don't get into it with any customer. You're not going to change their mind. If he wants to get his money back, he's going to go ahead and start escalating it, and you're just going to go in a little war with him. It gets you nowhere. So I did the same thing I did with the last guy. I said, "So sorry to hear about this. Open up a return case and return it, and we'll I said and we'll make an arrangement for a return," or whatever, something like that. So I just said open a return case. So when he goes through open a return case, more than likely he'll open up a case saying that I did not as described, which means that I have to pay for the return shipping. So what I'll do with this particular one is I'll call eBay with this message, and I'll get them to look at it, and hopefully they'll just say that, okay, yeah, this is you're not responsible for the return shipping on this. So that's with that one. Now I blocked this person. I put this guy on my block list. I don't want to have to, you know, I don't want to have to sell him any more parts. And also I saw that he left a couple neutral feedback with other previous customers, other previous buyers of his. So yeah, so that's what's going on with that. I just thought I'd give you guys a little bit of feedback with that. I think mainly just don't get into it with another person on eBay. You know, don't try and fight with them or try and change their mind. It's just it gets you nowhere. This gets you nowhere. What a beautiful day today. What a beautiful day. Well, it's not too bad. What am I talking about? It's horrible. Oh boy, it's cold. This is what I got dressed up as. I'm doing okay out here. I just came out to work on this a little bit. I have 2 hoods, then I have my hat, then I have like a head warmer thing, and then I have a neck warmer too. So with all their powers combined, I'm warm. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little scrapping out here. That's this stuff from my pickup yesterday. A little bit of copper left on these. Try and take that off. And there's some motors down there, some other scrap. And I'll try and get that refrigerator on the truck as well. Yeah, and then bring it to the scrapyard tomorrow. Oh, battery's almost dying here. Got to get this thing on real quick. Pretty much scrapped got everything I wanted off of it, and just shrunable steel left, and this is all the wire. There's bits of copper in there and stuff. That's the best way I like to do it. The other way is if you don't have a dolly like this, and then you could, if you don't have a dolly like that, then what you can do is just lay it down, but put the compressor side up on the tailgate, and then you can just really flip it really easily. It's all where the weight is. All right, I need to call out eBay on this thing, 'cause this is just ridiculous. You know, I don't know if you guys, if you have an eBay store subscription, you get like what is it, like every quarter or something, they send you a coupon for shipping supplies. It's just ridiculous. So look at this here. So you can order this one here, 8 by 6 by 4 inch boxes, and I always use these boxes, so I order these ones. Okay, $60 for 25 of these boxes. Okay, now all I have to do is just go to Staples. You get 25 boxes, same size, for $10. $10.25. Okay, so the only difference between this box and their box is this ridiculous little sticker. Okay, that's an expensive little sticker. Okay, let's just pull up our little calculator. 60 minus 10.25. That sticker costs you $50 for that sticker. Isn't that redunculous? So what do, I just always get this one here. It's you get some of those boxes, and then you get some poly mailers and some tape for 37 bucks. I can get 2 of these because and I pay like $4 extra. So that's what I do every time. Yeah. So I'll go buy that. Change the quantity to 2. Buy it now. Yeah, so then there's a little promo code thing here. Just paste in the promo code. It brought it down to $4, so that's what that is. But I mean, come on now, you can buy it for $10.25. Well, I just dropped off all that steel, that refrigerator, and the other stuff that I had, the furnaces. So yeah, $70 for all that, $70, and it was like 800 pounds. So nice little load. Oh, man, steel's doing really well. Pretty happy. So I'm going to go to my shop right now. I'm going to pick up some more scrap. He said 2 furnaces, so we'll see if anything's been harvested. I hope not. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can tell, but my throat, I'm sick. Whenever I get sick, I just get this horrible robot voice and a horrible, like, scratchy throat. Yeah, I don't get sick very often, though. No, not very often. Oh, the other thing was just about those 2 messages that I told you guys about that I had with the customers. They were the gas valve, the one that ordered the gas valve and had the contractor put it in. He never wrote back to me at all. So it's been about a week now. So, you know, he still could open up a case. I just don't know if he will or not. So that didn't go anywhere. But the other one, the guy that said, you know, he didn't know that I didn't disclaim that the product was used, even though on the listing it did say it was used. That guy, he did open up the case, and he said, and the reason why he opened up the case, he said it doesn't work. Now, what happened with him is that it was actually over the 30 days. Like, I have a 30-day return policy. So he opened up the case after 30 days. So when they do that, you actually have the option to just outright decline the return. So he just declined it. You know, if he had come across it differently, I would have accepted it. I would have accepted the return. You know, because it all depends on how you write your message to somebody. You know, like he was just like making these like, he just didn't want to take any responsibility for his purchase at all. Like he wanted me to just give him a full refund and pay for the return shipping. It just was a little bit, you know, he should have. But if he had said like, well, I'll pay for the return shipping, but I'd like to get a refund, I probably would have said, yeah, okay, sure. You know, just to be, you know, it all depends on how he writes his message. But he came across a bit of a, you know. The other thing, it's like right now it's 10 o'clock, and I gotta go back home. Last time I checked, I have 15 things to pack and ship. 15. Ay, ay, ay. You know, after a while, you know, I was working last night on my QuickBooks, trying to get that all up to date. And that's going all right. I like QuickBooks. Yeah, so I was just working on that, and every 5 minutes my phone was going off. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. And after a while I was like, okay, stop. I can't take it anymore. You know, because all of this means is that I have a lot of work to do the next day. But hey, it's money, man. Can't complain. Here we go, back at the scrapyard. They cleaned up their shred pile quite a bit. They really squished it all into cubes. So it's a bit easier to maneuver around here. I'm just going to drop off all this loose shred, and there's 2 furnaces here that I just want to get rid of. And that other one there, I want to keep. Yeah, so they just gave me a lot of shred, but they have like a dumpster there, and that they throw a lot of their garbage in. And I found like 3 or 4 motors. Can't really find one. There's a couple of them back there. You know, I found like these motors inside the dumpster. So it's like, oh man, they're not collecting it for me. I guess it's not worth it. They're so limited on space, you know, they can't have a steel bin set aside for me. So let's just got our bill here. Well, look at that. Well, it's not as bad as I thought. I thought it was going to be like $800, but man, $419 for some propane. How many liters? 476 liters of propane. Well, could have been worse. I thought it was going to be more than that. I was scared it was going to be like $800 or $900. It used to be like that when we were on oil. When we were on oil, our bills were crazy. Now it's the propane's not bad. It's our only choice out here. Guys, I just turned on the camera to show you this thing here. I like this thing. This is a little faucet, little vintage faucet. You see it's all chewed up there. Looks like it's been around for quite a while. And it just has like a little tiny hole, and then it has this really neat wood handle, and then has a old slot head screw that's all rusted up. But I like this handle. It's just so worn out. You know, you can just tell it's been worn for so long. It's been well used. Yeah, so I just really liked it. I'm glad someone else liked it because they bought it. It's been up for a little while though. What does it say on the front, on the top there? McAllister and Son. McAllister and Sons, St. John, New Brunswick. So that's the company it came from. Yeah, so pretty nice. Whenever I find old vintage faucets, little valves or whatever, stuff that looks neat like this, I save it, put it aside, and I'll try and sell it. So I sold this one. I'm glad someone else liked it. So that sold for $25. $15 for shipping. Yep. So that's it. Kind of just, I don't know if you probably put that back into service actually. You just have to take it apart and make sure it has like good O-rings and stuff. Let's see what's at my bin today. Looks like a fax machine. Yeah, it's a fax and a printer and a fan. What's in here? What is that? CD printer, CD-ROM, and a monitor. That's it. Got my shovel here today with me, so I'm gonna shovel out all the snow. Gonna be picking up some more scrap today, but yeah, yesterday I went to the scrapyard, dropped off all my e-waste. Finally got rid of all that stuff. Those 2 giant TVs that were here, and there was a pile of stuff over there. And yeah, it was kind of a bummer. I filmed all of it. But when I was reviewing the footage, for some reason the sound didn't work. Because I'm trying to test out a new microphone here. New microphone for my GoPro. I may not use it. I don't really like it too much. But anyways, yep. I made 41 bucks total for 820 pounds of TVs and printers. A lot of printers. I went all the way to the scrapyard with this thing in my front seat, and I forgot it in my front seat, but my whole back was full too, and I was trying to bring that as well, so I forgot it. But I had to take it out because I'm going to go to the shop and pick up some scrap. They say they have 3 furnaces for me, so I'll take this thing out, put it back somewhere else, put it around here for now. So yeah, it seems like my shop is really getting some good stuff for me lately, which is great. Another thing I did yesterday, I went to the hardware store and I bought a whole bunch of insulation. I have to do my basement. Half my basement isn't done yet, so it's still bare blocks, cinder blocks, and it's pretty drafty, pretty cold. So I want to get that done soon. Yeah. So R10 value, 10.1. Yeah, so it's 2.5 inches thick, and I wanted to get 3 inches, but they didn't really have it, and it was much more expensive. $200 for all of this. I got a online deal. You know, if they had a deal where you buy it online, and you got like 15% off of your total value, total purchase price. I'll show you my project over here. This room here has a lot of this is all like water softener and water treatment. So there's pressure. That's a pressure tank, and these are 2. Don't really know what they do actually. It has to do with adding chlorine to the water to kill off any bacteria, something like that. I drain them every once in a while to drain them and refreshen the whole system. Because we're on well, it's pretty complicated. If you guys are in the city, sure you guys don't have to ever worry about having to take care of your water. Take it for granted, really. But when you're on a well, having clean water is really important. This is my project here. So I have, this is what I'm talking about here. I have this insulation here, and it's this stuff is the 3 inches thick, and you see it's R12. It's a bit better, but I have 2.5 inch, so it's going to be, about like that. So what I'll do is I have all this tin outside. It's steel studs, and I got all that stuff for free. I have a whole bunch of it outside. Some contractor was giving me a whole bunch of stuff, and he had a whole pile of this stuff just sitting in a pile, and he said, take it. And I said, yes sir. So I took all of it. So we're going to continue that all the way along here. But I have like all these gaps here. I have a can of expansion foam. I'm just going to go ahead and fill all that in, because you can just feel a draft coming through there. Yeah. So I had started it, I pretty much all that side, and that other side of the basement, it's all, fully done. I just have to finish this side. So it's just that all the way up to here. These tanks are like right up against the wall, so I'm gonna have to move them. So what I'll do is I'll drain the system. You know, I'm supposed to bleed this system every once in a while. It's been a pretty slow weekend, but I did sell one thing here. This is a chute from a snowblower. It's just an old snowblower that I got for scrap, and I find these chutes sell pretty well, especially in this time of year when there's a lot of snow coming down. 50 bucks. 50 bucks, and it was just going to Ontario, so I think it was like $15 for shipping. Nice little sale. Easy to take off too. You know, these bolts here are rusted on pretty good. You don't mess with that. You just have to disconnect it here. I think there's just like a couple bolts that sit on the inside down in there that hold this metal plate on. Easy to take off. Yep, it's all plastic too. Anything plastic on these, on small engines, anything plastic is going to break. You know, not like, it's not so much as metal, but something like this, you know, if it spits out a big rock, I can imagine that this thing would just crack, especially in the cold. So I did that. That's how many sales? I think there was like maybe half a dozen sales over the weekend. So yeah, it was slow, but that's okay. Gives me some time to do other things. I have all these metal studs that I brought inside. I have a whole bunch more that I have out underneath the snow. A contractor gave me a big pile of these. It was great. It was maybe a couple of years ago. So I've just been storing them outside on a pallet, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with these. I brought these in. They were covered in snow, and it's pretty much all melted off now. Yeah, I'll show you what I'm going to do with them, because I used up all of the rigid foam except for one sheet. Probably end up bringing that one back to the store. Ta-da! Looks a lot better now. Did all that wall. And up inside here is where I put some insulation in each one. I had a whole bunch. This stuff here is like super itchy, but it's really thick. I think I got that for free somewhere. I can't remember. I had a few bats sitting around here forever because I was planning on using them up there in each slot. And yeah, so I finally got them off the ground. I'm going to continue this on, this metal stud framework. I'm going to continue it on all the way there, and then all the way behind there. And then we'll get some more insulation. See, I have like, I love using rock salt. I always use that stuff. I have another bag on my back porch. I think I got that at an auction. And then I'll probably have to buy some more too. And I'll just start filling it in some more. And then using the vapor barrier. And then seal it up real nice. And I'm going to put some, I was thinking maybe I'll cut this stuff and, you know, putting it up there like that, you know, to fill it in some more. So right now it's pretty cold outside, and I can feel it right up in there coming through, right between the subfloor and here. But that's it. I mean, this, yeah, this is pretty cold. And back here, once I get the stud work moved all the way over here and insulated, and the vapor barrier, I'm going to put up more shelving, just like on that side. So it'll just continue on, and I'll have more shelving, more eBay stuff. See, my cat just loves to come down here and scratch all this, you know, sharpen his claws. He already started over here too. And yeah, that'll be it for this one, guys. I'm going to sign off here. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.